Kevin, 2-2 last week. You were devastated. 2-2 tonight. I suspect you're a lot happier.
Yeah, you can probably see from my face. Scats, I just said that to the lads up there that last week 2-2, and we felt like it was the end of the world, and this week's 2-2, you feel like it's brilliant. So, but it's for so many different reasons. Like when I say everything went against us tonight, everything, and I mean everything. Decisions, loads of them. Really unhappy with just every single decision was going to Derry, as it has against us most of the time. But it did tonight. Was like soft free kicks. Everything was given to them. But then we lose our 2 fullbacks through injury. After what, I don't even know, one early
20 and 30.
20 and 30. There you go. Like, we're already down 3 or 4 players, and I'm not moaning about players being injured or anything like that, but we are. Our goalkeeper, our right winger wasn't playing, or like our regular right back who had been playing right back was gone. Now our left back and our right back went. But then obviously we started the game very well. God, I'm really rambling here, but we started the game really, really well. Warren gets his goal, and then I think everything was disrupted with the injuries, and it took us a while to get going then, and they obviously got their goals. Of course, it's like every other game, you'd be disappointed with goals you concede, but yeah, really, look, second half then was completely different.
Yeah, I suppose the key thing that happened in the second half, I mean, Will Patching was getting an awful lot of room and time in the first half. He had a lot of time for the shot for the goal. I think it might have taken a deflection on the way through, I'm not 100% sure, but apart from anything else, you've lost your 2 fullbacks, you say. You make a change of formation at half time, you bring Zisham off, you bring Dave Webster in for his first appearance of the season at the centre of a 3, you go with the wing backs, and that change in formation, it definitely impacted on Derry's dominance in terms of possession, because they weren't getting the same dominance they had in that first half. Was that the plan?
Yeah, well, yeah, it certainly was. But just to go back to the goal with Patching, look, he's unbelievable at that. But Gary Deegan is blocked, and I'm not saying it's a foul. Yeah. It just gets across him. That's probably why it's probably the only time he really got free to do that, because believe you me, we went through so many of them. I mean, he scored one last week. Didn't have to go back too far to look, but he scored plenty of goals here like that. But they did have that little bit. I thought the disruption, we were totally disrupted. We were well on top even after we scored. We were excellent, and the subs and disrupted them. But then, yeah, we had a quick think about it, because I knew we needed to do something, and then it was probably the reason why we have been working on that so much, because like you can't just play the same way against the same opposition every week. I'm sure people would have looked at us, particularly in the Waterford game, that they're a back 3, or they can't do that. Like, me and you spoke about this, whether we the back 3, back 4, back 10 against Waterford, nothing, that was completely different. It did work, like it does work, but the players have to learn it and have to learn the system. And as I said, you can't just keep playing the same way every week. But I do think second half it worked really, really well. I think it worked really well with Ryan and Warren. First of all, I thought we were the better side in the second half. But of course, Derry are always a massive threat because they have so many good players. So we had to be careful we didn't concede again. But the players that were on the pitch were really good. But then, as you say, making the subs then, whatever it was, we couldn't do it too early because he'd already made 3 subs, and we were afraid someone get the way the game had gone. We couldn't do it. We were afraid of getting someone injuries. But the 2 lads coming on up front, Killian has been brilliant coming on, and France just honestly, I couldn't be any happier for him because, and obviously he hasn't scored yet, but that's gone now. No one can. It's gone now, and he affected the game as well. He didn't just come on and score. Yeah. I'd have been happy if he just came on and scored, but he really affected the game. I'm honestly, I'm delighted. He's a great fella, and he's worked so hard, particularly probably since he came out of the team. But that happens. Like it's not going to come in straight away, and everyone takes off the way. Like they probably from last season, different club, different group of people, different coach, and different managers, everything. But like honestly, I'm so happy. I'll have a good weekend. Honestly, just thinking of him scoring, because he's such a great fella first of all, and as a player, I'm mad about him.
And you could see the reaction of the players and how popular he is. But just to go back to that goal, Conor Kane starts it down this side in front of you, and then he cuts back in field. But when the cross comes in, it's actually him that gets his body across in front of Shane McElhenney, because if he doesn't win that ball, and it's probably, as we said in comedy, it's probably a 30-70 ball against, you know what I mean? He's not favoured to win it in front of Shane McElhenney. Gets a toe on it, Darren Markey rolls it across. And with the way France luck has been going, I was actually expecting it to come back off the post and into play. But well, what a finish. And first time that instinctive striker's finish.
And you're right about Conor. And I mean, nobody would go into it probably a challenge with McElhenney as favourite, but for Conor to go in and do it. Conor should be playing every week. He's just been unfortunate that Evan has been absolutely sensational. But that doesn't take, as you can see, I mean, I put Conor on right back at the start because that's how much faith I have, how good he is, and I love Conor. And not again, I'm talking just the same as a friend, but obviously I know Conor a long time, a great relationship with him, and he will get loads and loads of games because this is why he's here. He's to play games, like. But he's unlucky because when we went to back four, Evan was just flying, which is great for us. But to have someone available like Conor to come on is just amazing.
Just very finally, the 2 injuries in the first half. What were the nature of those?
Andy's a hamstring, which is really disappointing and upsetting for him because, again, he only sort of came in, started last week, and he was probably man of the match, in fact. Evans is a nasty one. It's a cut. I don't know how. I'm not going to blame their player or anything, but whatever, the studs collided. There's blood gushing out of his boot, like, so it's a cut, and he's stitched, and it was stitched. He's back already. In fairness, the hospital obviously is so close, but they looked after him really well. So we don't know how long he'll be, but hopefully it won't be too long. But there is a few stitches in his foot.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, Dave.